Hello. What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching the series finale of Supergirl. Yeah, Supergirl. Remember that show? I'll be honest, I stopped watching Supergirl at some point. Was it last year? Or the year before? I don't remember, because the show just started to go down certain directions with certain characters, and I just felt like the quality of the show. And some people would say, what quality? Where it started off. But I stayed with the show for like 4 or 5 years. I checked out. I checked out for a while. But then I was like, oh crap, the series is ending. And okay, fine, maybe I missed the majority of this past season. What was it, season 6? But I did watch the last couple episodes to sort of figure out what's going on, catch up with the story and whatnot, or whatever you want to call this, a story. And now I watched the 2-hour finale, and I will say this: the show still sucks. It does. The show sucks. It's bad. It's bad for a lot of reasons. But I will say that there were things about this finale that I did enjoy. Let's talk about how the episode begins, where you see that William is dead. Who? Yeah, remember that guy, William, who Kara almost had a romantic thing with, but then it didn't happen. And he just ended up becoming like the friend of the group. Yeah, well, he was shot and killed by Lex Luthor, because why not? And Lex Luthor, we see he kidnapped the daughter of Alex and Kelly. And apparently Lex is in love with this alien magical imp, or whatever the hell she is, called Nixley. Who, look, I don't really know a lot about this Nixley character. Apparently Lex is in love with her. Why? Why is he in love with her? Sure, she might be attractive, but that's just the surface base level, right? Her personality, there was nothing about her personality that made me think, oh, that's why Lex is in love with her. In fact, she seemed to talk down to Lex and treat him like crap for the longest time. Now, maybe you could argue that, oh, Lex isn't used to that, or that's what makes him like her, is because she's not as easy to win over like everyone else would be by a rich man. Okay, fine, but then you come to a point where Lex is willing to kill or harm this little girl because of some magical, mystical shit that the girl can do. Some gold rose at her neck. I don't fucking know. I have no idea what's going on there. But whatever, right? And Nixley says, no, Lex, I'm not going to hurt this girl. If you knew me, you would know that I would never agree to do something like this. But yet, Lex is not only like, okay, fine, but then later on talks to his mom and says, no, I'm in love with this woman. This woman makes me feel more like myself and more. I was like, what? How? This woman doesn't like you, doesn't really like you, doesn't want you to do anything that you really want to do. This doesn't make any sense. I don't buy him being in love with her. I don't buy that she would still be entertaining whatever this guy's plan is. But okay, fine. By the way, the Luthor mother, I forget her name, Jillian, I think, or something rather another. I couldn't care less about that character. I know that she's supposed to be this evil Luthor mother that kind of shaped why Lex is the way that he is, why Lena could have become evil. But I don't know if it's the actress that plays Mother Luthor or if it's the writing. I just never connected to her on any level. It felt like they were trying to recapture the same magic from Smallville with Lionel Luthor and Lionel Luthor's relationship with Lex, and how Lionel was clearly the evilest of the Luthors, and he's the reason why Lex is the way that he is. But that was magic. That was apparently lightning in the bottle. Or those were actors that were able to pull from that material and make it work, because I just don't feel that tension. I don't feel that relationship with the mother, the Luthor mother, Lex and Lena. It's not there as hard as they try to make it out to be. Oh, how about the fact that I find out that Lena Luthor is a witch? What? So apparently Lena Luthor found out that she belongs to like a witch mother or some said shit before she was adopted by the Luthors. And talk about random as all fuck. I mean, okay, I get that at least her finding this out about herself and that she too now has a secret that made her rebond with Kara and rekindle their friendship. Okay, fine. I guess that's the only good thing about it. But otherwise, this is what I hate about these CW shows, the superhero shows, is that every single side character, every friend, every person that's connected or has any relationship with our main superhero has to discover that, oh, I too have powers. Oh, I too am somebody. It's way forced, or it's way random as all hell, like Lena Luthor becoming a witch. And at least she's not a villain. At least she's not bad. And the actress that plays Lena Luthor, she's gorgeous, man. I'm sorry. I have to say it. I'm sitting there watching her the whole time and thinking, man, she's next level beautiful. Hopefully I see her in something bigger and even better than Supergirl going forward. Let's talk about Green Brainiac. Once again, I stopped watching the show for a while, so I don't know why he went from blue to green, but he looks terrible. He didn't even look that good as the blue Brainiac, but now as the green Brainiac, he looks even worse. It looks like the cheapest form of face paint. I could have bought green face paint that was probably would look better than this crap that they put on this guy. I kind of feel bad for the actor who probably has to sit there for a couple hours every time they have to shoot a scene with him like this. And the moments when he's kissing Dreamer, I'm just waiting for her to pull back and green shit be smudged all over her face, because that's just how cheap and terrible that makeup looks. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Also, speaking of dumb looking costumes, Kelly in her Guardian outfit, she's another example of a side character who did not need to become a hero or a vigilante or somebody that's out there doing superhero things either. I already thought James Olsen being the Guardian was a little forced, but man, of course his sister, of course Alex's girlfriend, now wife, had to become somebody as well. But her helmet looks like shit. I'm sitting there when they go to try to trade with Lex to get their daughter back, and she's standing there with that stupid looking helmet. It kind of looks like Hawkman and Hawkgirl's helmet, but just shittier. It's moments like that when I feel so bad for the actors and actresses that they have to sit there and play dress up and pretend like this is something. Pretend like this is Marvel Avengers level. Hell, DC, Warner Brothers Justice League level of costuming, but it's not. It's Party City Halloween store type deal that we're dealing with. And speaking again, third time that we're speaking of something that reminds me to talk about something else. Alex Danvers, I know that she's now a hero too. It wasn't enough for her to be a DEO, DEA, whatever the fuck agent that she was. Now she has to be a superhero. And not only that, her superhero costume, holy fuck. Her superhero costume is her with a hood, and she has makeup on her eyes. And I sit there and I think, man, how silly is it for her to be like, all right, I need to go out and do some superhero stuff. So let me get my makeup kit and fucking do coloring shit over my eyes. Like, why? Why? Why is she putting makeup over her eyes? Is that supposed to make her not look like Alex? Because not only did you fail, but it was dumb. How did Kara or nobody else tell her that you look stupid? At least wear a mask, or at least the Robin style mask, or Green Arrow, right? Remember when Green Arrow in season 1 had makeup over his eyes and it looked stupid, but then in season 2 he finally got a fucking mask and it made sense? Give Alex a goddamn mask, because otherwise, goddamn, was that rough. So you get the moment where the city turns into the poop orange color tint. That was terrible, and the whole city is under attack, and Lex ends up turning on Nixley, I guess, because they're fighting over this power stone type shit or whatever the fuck. And then Lex uses that power to get monsters from Supergirl's past. It was cool to see like Red Tornado and other villains like that, but man, this CGI was so atrocious. It was god awful. I know it's the series finale. I know that you guys want to go out with a bang. I know that it would be nice to give the fans an Avengers level threat for Supergirl and her gang of friends to go up against. But fuck, this wasn't it. This wasn't the way to do it. There had to be something else. There had to be a more practical way of delivering that level of action without this bullshit of CGI crapfest that I had to see on my TV screen. And then you bring back the cast of characters like Win, who I guess is from the future, but he somehow knew what was going on here and decided to just show up because why the fuck not? James comes back. Where the hell did he go as Guardian? But he's back. We're fighting with his sister. And you get Monel, who also I think is from the future, but somehow... Oh, I didn't talk about Supergirl in her speech. Supergirl has this speech to the city to give everyone hope, to take away the gray that was on everybody. And her giving that speech and everybody hearing her reminded me so much of Wonder Woman 1984. Remember how at the end of that movie, when Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, is speaking to the town, to the city, and she's trying to give them hope and trying to tell them, take back your wish, and we can all be happy. We can all do the right thing. And yeah, that was super corny and cheesy as well, but at least it was way better than this shit. Okay, but okay, fine. You have Supergirl being the inspiration, being the sign of hope. On my world, this means hope. And so, for Supergirl, okay, fine. The speech, what she means to the people, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's go with it. But then, you get the moment where Lex says, alright, you guys want to play this? Okay, cool. I'm going to summon all of these demon-looking things from, was it the Phantom Zone? I don't know. But they show up from a portal. They're flying around. And one of the characters says, why aren't they attacking us? Like, they're literally just flying around. And Brainiac says, oh, well, they're fear mongoloids, or whatever he says, whatever the fuck. And they only feed off of fear. And luckily, because of Supergirl's speech, nobody in the city is afraid anymore. Nobody's afraid anymore. Even if you're inspired by a speech from Supergirl to be a better person, if I see some flying demons in the sky flying over me, I'm going to be fucking scared. But okay, fine. Somehow, some way, they're not scared anymore. And he says there's nothing that represents fear more than hubris. Oh, so because Lex and Nixley are so evil, that actually means that they're full of fear. And so these demons grab Lex and Nixley and just take them away into the portal. I'm like, wait, so Lex Lex summoned these fuckers, but then they just take him and leave. So the heroes don't even really save the day. The heroes don't even really stop Lex. Lex beat himself. Wow. 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 When for all those years when I said I was disappointed in the Smallville finale because I didn't feel like we got enough of Clark Kent, Tom Welling as Superman, I take it all back. This has to be the worst anticlimactic finale battle that I've ever seen, where the hero doesn't even finish the villain off. Wow, 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 wow. And it also sucks that Superman, Supergirl's cousin, didn't make an appearance. I know he has his own show now, but come on. Even Monel showed up. Which, speaking of Monel, they have a scene where Supergirl says, hey, are you going to stick around for my sister's wedding? Because, you know, it's kind of really important. And, oh yeah, I'm still in love with you. She doesn't say that, but she's definitely looking at him like, dude, I'm fucking in love with you. Stop leaving my life. Please. Please. And he says, yeah, sorry, I gotta bounce. Like, I don't even know why I'm here right now. I don't even know how I knew about this battle going on or how much good I really did at the end of the day. But I'm here. I'm gonna tell you that you're fucking awesome, but I'm not gonna be with you. What the fuck? Why couldn't Supergirl and Monel be together? I didn't even love Monel as a character when he was on the show, but I grown to like the actor a little bit more, and I think the fact that the actor who plays Monel and Melissa Benoist who plays Supergirl, that they are married in real life. I did think that they had way more chemistry just in this one scene of their hug and whatnot than ever before. And it's kind of weird that they didn't have Supergirl end up with anybody. I'm not saying that because it's the finale she should start dating somebody or she should have to be with a man to prove that she's happy. I'm not saying that. It was an odd choice. It was an odd choice to not have him decide to be with her. I wonder how many true hardcore Supergirl fans who probably ships these two and wanted them to be together, how pissed are they right now? Because they brought the guy back. It wasn't like he was unavailable. They brought him back for him to just deny her again, basically. Okay, even Dreamer got to still be with Brainiac because we give a fuck about that relationship. Anyways, and we get a scene where Cat Grant, wow, remember her? Holy fuck. Cat Grant calls Kara, and it's kind of awkward because she's on a beach somewhere, but you can tell that it's a green screen where Cat is just, you could tell it's like, oh, we only have like one day to shoot her. Maybe 2 days, and so she has to be alone. She can't be actually on set to have a conversation with Kara. How impactful would this have been if Kara came to Catco because, like, I don't know, Andrea or somebody said, there's a meeting or we need to meet with you about something, and she comes into the room and Cat Grant's sitting at her old desk, like season 1, and it comes full circle. I know that's what they were trying to get across with the whole full circle thing, but I think them having a phone call conversation wasn't nearly as impactful as it would be if they were sitting in the same room together and having this conversation. Kat explains that she bought back Catgo, and she offers Kara a job as the chief editor, which is something that she's wanted ever since season 1, but she doesn't know if she wants it, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the wedding of Alex and Kelly, which was nice. You know, Alex is finally happy. She's finally her true self. Like she said, I like the one scene where James and Kelly interacted because I feel like James left as soon as his sister got introduced. And so you didn't really get a bunch of scenes with the brother and sister relationship and their history. And so I kind of wish we got more of that. But okay, fine. I guess it's not really their fault because the actor that plays James had to leave. And then we see Alex and Kelly get married. That's all well and good. They're playing some pretty good music for a bunch of white characters. They were playing some good music, although Kelly's black, so it's probably was her choice. Let's be honest. And then we get another phone call. Cat Grant calls Kara once again, and even though I still think this should have been in person, this phone call was a lot better. It was a lot better. It was a lot more personal. Cat Grant, I feel like, kind of sort of dropped the facade, her whole big, larger-than-life character, and she talked to Kara like a human being. She even stopped calling her Kira for like a second. And she said, look, I know you're Supergirl. And I said, holy fuck. That's awesome. That's awesome that Cat Grant knew all along. I love the fact that she said, come on, you were just wearing glasses this whole time. You really think I was dumb enough to not figure it out? And this made me go, man, I wish that this was like the start of season 6, like the first episode of season 6. I wish we had a whole season of what it would be like to have a dynamic where Cat Grant knew, or at least openly knew, had more of these type of conversations, encouraging conversations with Kara and inspiring her and giving her advice, like life advice, actually being a nice person to Kara. We got one conversation, and yeah, there might have been a couple of moments like that in season 1, but this character's been gone for so long that this was so long overdue. But again, it was a phone call, so I didn't think it was as good as it should have been, but it was fine. And she basically inspires Kara to drop the secret identity. Like, hey, look, take your own advice with your speech. Stop pretending to be something that you're not. I know you want to protect people, but let's be honest. All of your friends and loved ones are in constant danger anyways. What does keeping a secret identity really change? It's like the villains always find out who she is anyways. The villains always go after her sister and everybody. All of these people work with Supergirl anyways, so it's like, again, it didn't make sense for the longest time why she kept the secret identity. She takes her glasses off after, once again, a great conversation with Lena. I liked how the two of them, it was a nice best friend conversation that I still hate that they teased turning Lena bad, but they brought it back around. She stayed good. So, okay, fine, cool. I like the moment where she leaves the glasses on the thing, and then you see her with her friends. The last shot is Cat Grant introducing the world to Kara as Supergirl, which I don't know if you needed to do that. You didn't need to be like, oh, hey guys, here is what she looks like when she's not in her, like, costume. Did you need to put it on blast like that? Maybe Cat Grant should have just been interviewing Supergirl in costume, and she could just say, like, I'm like a person or whatever. But I get it. It's fine. She doesn't have a secret identity anymore. Once again, I think that being a character growth for Kara is very cool. Her shedding the secret identity is a cool idea. I just feel like it sucks that we can't see what that's like, what that life is like for her. You know what I mean? It's like, good ideas here, but you don't get to deliver them. You don't get to have any of this play out. It's just like, well, I guess we have to imagine what all of this is like. Oh, great. So 6 years of the secret identity to now have it gone, and we don't get to see it. So guys, obviously I am not in love. I'm not praising. I don't think this was a great finale at all. I will say that it's a better finale than Arrow. The finale that Arrow had after 8 years was such bullshit. The ending of Oliver Queen was such bullshit in that Crisis on Infinite Earths crap. But yeah, I know that this will have its defenders. I know that Supergirl fans will say this was great. I want you guys to truly look at yourself and truly look at how you would have written this finale or what you would have done even for this entire last season, and tell me that this was the best thing that they could have done, that this was the best way to end a Supergirl, a character like that, to end her show. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Did you stop watching the show a long time ago, so maybe you don't have an opinion? I will say this. Thank you, Melissa Benoist, for 6 years of playing this character. Even though you deserved better with writing, you deserved better with these horrible CGI special effects and shit, you still was a great actress. You still portrayed this character better than anybody I've ever seen play Supergirl in anything. And she looked great in the costume. She did the job that she had to do. And so I will always give Melissa Benoist props, and she will probably be my definitive Supergirl. So there you go. There's something on a positive note to end. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Oh, yeah.